Hello sir, my name is Geetansh Rajpoot and I am from section C and my class roll number is 23 and my initial number is this, and my topic for presentation is Microsoft Azure and Azure core concepts. Now so firstly, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a term referred to storing and accessing of data over the internet. It doesn't store any data on the hard disk of your personal computer. In the cloud computing, you access data from a remote server. What is Microsoft Azure? Azure is a cloud computing platform which was launched by Microsoft in February 2010. It is an open and flexible cloud platform which helps in development, data storage, service hosting, and service management. The Azure tool hosts web applications over the internet with the help of Microsoft Data Center. So there are mainly three types of cloud in Microsoft Azure: PaaS, SaaS, and IaaS. Azure as IaaS, infrastructure as a service, is the foundation cloud platform layer. This Azure service is used by its administration for processing, storage, network, or any other fundamental computer operation. Azure as SaaS, as software as a service. It is a software which is centrally hosted and managed. It is a single version of the application is used for all customers. You can scale out to multiple instances. This helps you to ensure best performance in all locations. The software is licensed through a monthly or annual subscription. MS Exchange Office are offered as SaaS. Now Azure as PaaS. PaaS is computing platform which includes an operating system, programming language, execution environment, database or web services. This Azure service is used by developer and application providers. As its name suggests, this platform is provided to the client to develop and deploy software. It is one of the Azure basic concept which allow the client to focus on application development instead of worrying about hardware infrastructure. Now is Azure key concept are first, regions. Azure is a global cloud platform which is available across various regions around the world. When you request a service, application, or VM in Azure, you are first asked to specify a region. The selected region represent data center where your application run. Now second, data center. In Azure, you can deploy your application into a variety of data centers around the globe. So it is advisable to select a region which is closer to most of your customers. It helps you to reduce latency in network requests. Now Azure Portal. The Azure Portal is a web-based application which can use to create, manage, and remove Azure resources and services. Now resources. Azure resource is an individual computer. Networking data or app hosting services is charged individually. Some common resources are virtual machine, storage account, or SQL database. Last, automation. Azure allow you to automate the process of creating, managing, and deleting resources by using PowerShell or the Azure command line interface. Now, Azure domain concept: computer, storage, database, security plus identity, integration services, content delivery network, monitoring, networking, mobile services, workflows, and web services. Applications of Azure. Microsoft Azure is used in broad spectrum applications like infrastructure services, mobile apps, web application, cloud services, storage, backup and recovery, data management, media services. Advantage of Azure are: Azure infrastructure will cost effective, enhance your business continuity strategy. It allow you to access the application without buying a license for the individual machine. Windows Azure offers the best solution for your data needs, from SQL database to blobs to tables. Offers scalability, flexibility, and cost effectiveness. Helps you to maintain consistency across cloud with familiar tools and resources. Allows you to extend data center with a consistent management toolset and familiar development and identity solutions. Now here are some disadvantages of Azure. Cloud computing is not possible if you can't connect to the internet. Azure is a web application based application which requires a lot of bandwidth to download. as do a large web-based application can sometimes be slower compared to accessing a similar software program on your desktop PC. Now, here's a case study on food services. A client had an infrastructure in place which was built around Microsoft technologies. To make their business process more efficient and intelligent, they wanted to revamp this existing PDA-based system to a more modern and powerful solution. It wanted to deliver goods with the assistance of IoT-connected mobile device with Bluetooth printed and Bluetooth temperature sensors mounted on the trucks. Further, it also wanted to be able to gather intelligence about customers' shopping behavioral patterns so that it could provide them with the most relevant goods and services. One of the core challenges in this project was to develop a system that could handle these multiple connected devices, which were expected to generate a million events every single day. Further, the system needs to be scalable so that it can handle large data from thousands of trucks. The system also needed to have provisions for storing and analyzing the huge amount of collected data so that pattern could be identified within it. A solution for this was Saving built the solution by leveraging several Azure cloud components. In our architecture, SQL Azure DB has been used as a storage in platform to store the data generated by the multiple temperature sensors deployed in the client delivery truck. This Azure-based supply chain management system provided the ability to scale up and down on demand and also made it possible to efficiently synchronize the data from the Solid SQLite by Azure mobile storage. It also collects data coming in from IoT devices periodically. Windows Phone application is used to monitor and show the temperature. Building the robust and scalable Microsoft Azure solution. Team triggered few Windows Phone background tasks to enable real-time temperature monitoring. The task helps to transmit real-time temperature data to Azure Event Hub and store the same information in Azure SQL database locally. Service bus queues were used to transmit messages to the cloud service, which was attributed further scalability and resiliency to the system architecture. Cloud services like worker roles enable communication between Azure SQL database and the RESTful API on the client premise web server. Azure developers have used the site-to-site VPN to establish communication between cloud services and the on-premise server. The real-time data was sent to the Event Hub, which is capable of handling millions of events per second at almost real time. It was chosen to act as an intermediate storage for logging real-time data. To get a unified view of all the data and visualize it in real time, we leveraged Power Bluetooth tool. This allows the trees to track and analyze through graphical representation in the form of dashboards. These Power BI reports enable the operation team to take intelligent action quickly. Thank you, sir.